Programang ito ay rated SPG. Striktong patnubay at gabay ng magulang ang kailangan. Maaaring may masiselang tema, lengguwahe, karahasan, sexual, horror o droga na hindi angkop sa mga bata.
Magandang lalaki po ako sa inyo mga kasipa. Nandito po tayo upang pag-usapan at talakayin ang isa sa mga martial arts dito sa Pilipinas. O tinatawag natin Filipino martial arts o mas kilala siya sa tinatawag natin FMA. Pero pag-uusapan din natin ang ating bida. Okay? Ang martial arts journey ng ating bida, wala pong katulad, wala pong iba. Generic Ramsey ng FMA ng Pilipinas. Ang una po pong katanungan sa inyo, Maestro Ross, ano po ang pangalan ng inyong martial art?
Filipino Martial Arts Academy. Nasa isip ko noon na makapagtatag ng FILIPINO Academy dahil wala pa nito sa ating lugar o sa ating bansa. Kaya lang nung aking itong pag-registro sa pamahalaan ay hindi sila pumapayag na Filipino Martial Arts Academy lang. Kailangan daw na dagdagan ang Filipino Martial Arts Academy. Kaya inilagay ko ang aking pangalan, yung R is R o Rennie is Ross.
Ito po, Maestro Ross, napakalagang katanungan ito sapagkat dito po nalalaman ng ibang tao kung saan po ba talaga nagmula ang inyong martial arts. Saan po ba
Dito na sa Katilas, dito na nabuo ang konsepto ko sa Pilipinas.
Ano bang ikwento ang inyong mga pinagdaanan na bago nyo nabuo ang inyong martial art?
Simula sa aking mahabang paglalakbay sa larangan ng sining. Mula noong 1984 ay nagpapalakas na ako ng katawan ko, backyard training lang. Hanggang sa dumating yung taong 1985 nang ako ay mag-aral ng yaw-yan sa Pamas Dubai ng fighter nating maestro na si Master Eric Albotra ng So Good Sorry Related. Marami rin pinagdaan ng handang. Unang-una, financially, dahil maaga nga matay yung tatay ko matay. So, sariling pagsisigap para pagsabayin na makapag-aaral ng martial arts.
Nating mga tagapanood at mga taga-subaybay sa programang ito, maaari ang iba ay nagtatanong kung ano ang martial arts journey ninyo o ang talambuhay nyo habang kayo ay nag-aaral ng martial arts hanggang sa kayo po ay nakabuo ng sariling sining. Maaari nyo ba ikwento?
Ang dahilan talaga bakit ako nag-aaral ng martial arts dahil sa manipis, kaya ko nakangatawan. Manipis talaga ako. Ako ay nag-aaral pa. May kailangan kong maturang ipagtanggol lang ang sarili ko. Kaya ako nag-aaral pa. Katulad ng ibang nag-aaral dati ng martial arts, karamihan ay ganun ang reason para hindi pabuli sa school. Malaking hamon sa akin nung umpisa ako mag-martial arts. Unang-una dahil sa mahina akong pangatawan at payat yung pangatawan ko. So marami akong hindi kayang gawin nung mag-umpisa pa ako. Yun yung tingin ko malaking tandaan para sa akin. Nag-aaral, bukod sa yaw-yan ay nag-aaral pa ako ng ibang mga sining katulad ng wrestling, jiu-jitsu, army scally at yung knife fighting.
Di po magtatapos ang ating pagtatalakay nang di po natin makikita ang self-defense mula po sa RSR Filipino Martial Arts Academy ni Maestro Rennie Ross.
Okay guys, technique of the day natin laban sa kutsilyo, sa saksak. Okay? So, kailangan maiwasan yung saksak at gagamitin yung harness stick para panlaban sa kutsilyo. Okay? So, sundan nyo. So ayun, naiwasan niya yung forward thrust o yung saksak by doing side step footwork. Tapos pinalo niya yung attacking arm, pinalo niya, tapos pinalo sa mukha, kabilaan, tapos she disarmed the knife. Technique of the day, paano depensahan ang downward strike. Ayan, downward strike. O naka-downward position yung knife. Gamit ang harness stick. Okay, so kailangan maiwasan niya yung downward attack. Okay? Okay, ayun. So, maganda na iwasan niya yung attack ko by doing good footwork. So, naiwasan niya yung attack ng downward strike. Tapos napalo niya yung braso ko agad. Tapos upward thrust sa leg. Ayun, tapos disarm na. Okay, technique natin ngayon ay depensa doon sa saksak na pabilog. Okay, so pabilog siya, yung attack. Yan. Kailangan maiwasan niya yung circular thrust. Naiwasan niya yung circular thrust o yung saksak pa bilog. So, yun, ang ginamit niyang pang-iwas ay yung inside footwork o yung hakbang paloob. Okay? So, ito yun. Pag-atake ko, ayun, humakbang siya paloob at hawak niya, kontrolado niya yung wrist ko, attacking arm. Okay? Tapos babalik siya. Sinaksak sa leg bago niya i-disarm yung kutsilyo. Yun. So, yun. Mga basic na pamamaraan sa paglaban sa knife attack versus our very own harness speed. Susunod nating technique ay yung paano iwasan yung downward slash o yung taga-palaslas pababa. So, kailangan iwasan niya yung pagtaga sa mukha pababa. Downward slash. Naiwasan niya yung taga-palaslas o downward slash to the face. So, ang ginamit niyang paraan ay gumamit siya ng hakbang paloob na footwork o yung inside footwork. Ang ginawa niya, iniiwasan niya yung taga-palaslas o inside o yung downward slash punta nito sa side ko. Okay, so ganito yun. Yun. Then she hit my arm, the attacking arm. Tapos, upward thrust to the body or to the liver, and then she disarmed the knife. depensa tungkol sa downward slash o yung taga pababa, pabalik. Guys, ang aralin natin ngayon ay ang depensa tungkol sa downward strikes. Maraming salamat sa pagtangkilik nyo sa sarili nating sining. So, gusto natin na ipalaganap ang Filipino martial arts. Makita ng ibang mga tao na maganda rin ang Filipino martial arts. Sining natin.
Mga giliw nating taga-subaybay, ang susunod po nating pag-uusapan ay ang samahang kickboxing ng Pilipinas. Siyempre, pag-uusapan din natin ang mga talambuhay at ikikwento nila kung paano na po ang kickboxing o samahang kickboxing ng Pilipinas. Wala pong iba ang ating mga gwapong-gwapong guests sa susunod nating pag-uusapan, ang mga pogi-pogi. Siyempre, ang General Secretary natin, wala pong iba si Atty. Wharton Chan at ang coach nating gwapo, wala pong iba, si Coach Randy Caluag.
그래요, 경희, 건. 안녕하세요. 좋은 아침입니다. Or good morning. I am Louis Joseph Jelizon of International Taekwondo Federation, Philippines Taekwondo Union. So, we're here sa ating paboritong tambayan tuwing Sabado ng umaga, ang Martial Arts World. So, dito nyo lang yan matatagpuan sa ATC Channel 31 online. Okay, so one of our black belt sent us a short story, very short story about his journey in martial arts. And ang napili niya nga na discipline or martial arts discipline is none other than Taekwondo. So, aking babasahin ang kanyang sinulat, walang iba kundi si Busabong John Christopher Peralta. So, simple lang sa lahat, kaya ako sumali dahil ako ay naimbitahan ng aking kaklase noong ako ay first year high school pa, way back 2011-2012. So, ang tanong kasi dito, bakit ka nag-taekwondo? Yan. So, sabi niya nga, naimbitahan siya ng kanyang kaklase ko. So, sa Kasiglahan Village National High School. Noong unang training ko, syempre, una kabado pa, tapos nung first sparring ko, paisa-isa lang sipa, tapos ako, bugbog na. Ayan, may tawa pa. Hahaha. Tapos, sa pattern or tool, wala talaga akong idea tungkol doon. Kasi ang alam ko dati sa Taekwondo, puro sipa lang. Ayan. So sa kaalaman ng lahat, ang patterns po sa ITF Taekwondo ay tinatawag na tool. Ayan. So isa kasi itong requirements, and it's also an expression of the art. No? So sabi niya dito, wala daw siyang idea tungkol doon. Kasi nga, alam lang niya ay puro sipa lang. Kaya yung nagtuturo sa akin dati ng pattern, hirap na hirap sa akin. Kasi hirap ako matuto hanggang sa ginawa ako parang puppet. Ayan, ang nagtuturo. Para lang makasunod ako sa simpleng Sajujirugi na hirap ako makasunod. Well, ang Sajujirugi po ay actually hindi pa siya tool, isa pa lang itong foundation ng ITF Taekwondo. Isa pa lamang to sa mga basic foundation. Ito yung tinatawag na 4-dimensional punch. Yan, Sajyo Jirugi. No? At pag nakompleto mo to, yung Sajyo Jirugi, susundan ito ng Sajyo Maki, and then tsaka ka palang magkakaroon ng formal pattern, no? Which is yung Chonji. Alright, so balik tayo sa ating kwento. Then patuloy ang training ko noon sa pangunguna ni Sabong Artus Arboleda. Okay, alam naman natin, si Sabong Artus Arboleda ang ating pangulo ng Philippines Taekwondo Union at isa sa governing body ng ITF dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, so hanggang sa nahasa ang aming sparring skills dahil kay Sir Art at Ma'am Prof. At dahil doon, natuwa ako ng husto, kaya tumagal ako sa taekwondo. At syempre, hanggang sa tinuring kong parang kapamilya nga mga katim ko at tinuturing kong pangalawang ama si Sir Art. At dumating yung time na si Busabong Tristan Estabillo na ang nag-handle sa amin. Yan. Si Busabong Tristan Estabillo, siya yung ating Vice President for Marketing ng ITF PTU and at the same time, our National Training Director. Lalong-lalo na pagdating sa mga patterns. So, siya yung technical director para doon. Siya yung tumitingin kung tama ba yung forms, tama ba yung mga stances natin. No? So, si Sir Tristan na daw ang nag-handle sa amin. Yan, sabi niya, yung dating pattern na hirap ako natutunan ko ng gusto dahil sa tulong ni Sir Tristan. Kaya sobrang laking pasasalamat ko kay Sir Tan dahil pinag-focusan niya talaga ang skills namin sa pattern. At hanggang ngayon, dala-dala ko yung mga aral na tinuro nila Sir Art, Ma'am Rof, at Sir Tan. Yan. Kasi yung ating kamalayan pagdating sa martial arts, number one nga naman talaga yung mag-focus sa'yo yung instructor mo. Pangalawa, yung pagpupursige natin bilang estudyante. No? So, ito na. Sabi niya dito, hanggang ngayon, at ngayon, no, sabi niya, ang tawag daw doon ni na Sir Tan sa kanila ay mga bulinggit pa. Alaminions nga daw, sabi ni Ma'am Rof. At ngayon may sarili na kaming tinuturuan at may mga hawak na ring mga schools. Until now, yung mga turo nila Ma'am Rof, nila Ma'am at Sirs, patuloy namin itinuturo sa mga students na hawak namin. Yun lang po ang dahilan kung bakit ako nag-taekwondo. Kaya napakaganda, di po ba? So, kung maganda ang puno o ang ugat, natural, maganda rin ang magiging bunga. So, yung mga natutunan natin sa ating mga masters, kagaya nga ni Busabong John Christopher Peralta o ni Busabong Peralta, ay itinuturo at ipinapasa din sa kanilang mga sarili-sarili at iba't ibang mga estudyante. Yan. So kung maganda yung naituro sa kasi based sa story niya, lalo nga siyang nagpursigi at nainganyo na mag-practice, mag-aral, magsaliksik pagdating sa patterns at saka sa mga sipa ng taekwondo. At dahil nga doon, naging black belt siya at nagtuturo na din siya. Ayan. So, hanggang sa muli, for more stories, always watch our show and learn new things on how you can protect yourself against bad guys and also be inspired with the legends. Some legends who practice the discipline or the martial arts discipline. So, muli, this is Busabong Louis Joseph of ITF PTU. This is the martial arts world.
To make a start about the history of Taekwondo, this is according to my research, seminars, and meetings. So this is some sort of re-echo. Taekwondo is not 2,000 years old. Actually, the history of Taekwondo is highly controversial. It is manipulated by the leader for beaconing among themselves, political organization in fighting and cross-fighting for dominance, and for pure basic nationalist reasons of Korean nationalism. We know that they are occupied by Japan for a half of the century. So they try to get off the shackles of the Empire of Japan. So they try to reinstall their culture. So if I can motivate you to learn more, and it will be beneficial to me, if I could get you to share with us and contribute, don't hesitate to share with us. Because you might have a cross to your Taekwondo journey that you could share about in public. So I'd like to jump in the history of Taekwondo. History of Taekwondo, number one, Taekwondo is not 2,000 years old. Number two, there is more than one Taekwondo. Therefore, common sense calls for understanding how the various activities labeled Taekwondo came to be. Come with the same parents. We know that Korea has indigenous martial arts. In some way, that Korean people can defend themselves in a systematic way. So with that, let us examine the connection of the past to Taekwondo. There is no connection to the past to Taekwondo today. Take note that there is no question about the fighting art of Korea in that time. Focusing on Korea's proud martial past, it only confuses the history of Taekwondo. This was certainly part of the goal. Continuing to this only hurt effort to correct the historical record. Taekwondo does not come from original ones, at least not directly. It was mostly karate from Japanese sources, with some minor Chinese martial arts influence. So they called it as Kung Sudo, Tang Sudo, Wonbu, and Wasudo, etc. Each of them in their own ways added various personal influences. It's almost the same as karate, diba? Kasi there are several kinds of karate, different kinds of karate, Shonryu, Shotokan. So it depends upon the master how they can teach their. So however, it was still in large basic rudimentary karate. So they utilize karate kata. So if the Taekwondo is not 2,000 years old, where did it come from? Number one, we have Song Mukwan, Chong Due, and Mo Dukwan. We have also Chosun Yun Mukwan and the YMCA Kwan Bukbu. Taekwondo did not directly from the 5 original Kwans. The 5 Kwans influenced form of karate. The training was limited and was essentially basic rudimentary karate. So therefore, if we wish to consider the five Kwans as the founders of Taekwondo, so we must really look back another step to Japan and credit to Gishin Funakoshi Sensei and other Japanese as Taekwondo founders. So the original Kwan founders had a vital role by creating the second generation. Students who went on to create the various styles or systems of Taekwondo. So the first original Taekwondo was the Korean martial art developed first in the ROK army under by General Choi, which became known as military Taekwondo. Only General Choi and Grandmaster Rob Byung-jik, that is the first generation leaders, played any direct roles in Taekwondo's development. And they are assisted by their second generation students, juniors, and followers. So, which Taekwondo? There are three systems, styles, or branches of Taekwondo. First, we have General Choi from Jeju Island, or what we call as ITF Taekwondo. The second one is the Five Ones, the Tesudo. They teach the civilian which is Taekwondo, and this is what we call as WT Kukiwon, WT Kuki, or Olympic Taekwondo. And the third one are the Independent Taekwondo. Marami yun. There's a lot of Independent Taekwondo. Actually, this is the biggest wide umbrella term that includes many branches. Obviously, it comes from Korea. It is created who either learned martial arts abroad, mostly in Japan, or from Japanese sources, with some Chinese influence. Or they learned in Korea from Koreans who studied outside of Korea. 1959, the Korean Taekwondo Association. It was formed in a short part. Okay? And 1961, Korean Tesudo Association, and they unified. Then 1965, General Choi changes the name. It was back to Taekwondo after they formed the Korean Tesudo Association. After they unified, okay, the 1965 General Choi changes the name, and it was back in Taekwondo. In 1966, ITF formed in Seoul Korea or South Korea. Then 1971, Dr. Eun Young Kim, the 6th KTA president, formed the KTA. And 1972, General Choi exiles, okay, in Canada at height of Park's regime, President Park's regime. In 1972, Kukiwon opens as the KTA's Central Gymnasium. Then 1973, WTF or WT formed at First World Championship in Seoul, Korea. So that is the year where the WT formed at the Seoul, Korea, with the use of First World Championship. Then 1974, after forming WT in Seoul, Korea, the 1974, the ITF holds their first World Championship in the Montreal, Canada. Then 1978, the Kwons retired, numbered and rolled into the Kukiwon. So that is the time they unified. Okay? Then after that, 1980, General Choi introduced Taekwondo to North Korea, and the division is cemented. Actually, in the eyes of many people, of some people rather, that is treason. But for the others, it's not. Teaching Taekwondo for General Choi is is to unify Korea in one. So that is the main objective of General Choi. Therefore, Taekwondo is not 2,000 years old. Taekwondo was named by General Choi Yong-hee. It was coined by General Choi, who oversaw the initial development in the ROK Army as a martial art, centered around new Korean patterns. About 10 years later, it was convinced that the civilians to use his Taekwondo as a name. Okay? So, who had already come together around their unique sports sparring rules using Tesudo. So, two different activities with the same name and numerous independent Taekwondo groups. So, the political climate of the times of its development no longer exists. Cooperation can lead to benefits for all involved, and future Olympic status. Taekwondo grows and extends to how much it grows, as well as the health of that group will depend on the cooperation of the third and fourth generations. So that is the brief history of Taekwondo. I'm sure that you've learned to what I've discussed today, and maybe some other day we will discuss some terminologies in Taekwondo. That's all. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Now, let's talk about the first self-defense that you've seen. All you have to do is to hold your hand and don't forget to move forward. So like this. Now, last episode, you have to pull it, right? Now this time, you have to twist. Okay? Like this. Then elbow strike. Okay, once more. Okay, hold it like this. And okay. So after take form, the elbow strike, hold the knee like this. Okay. Why? You can control your opponent. And if you hold your opponent like this, or your assailant like this, you can control it. And after that, knee strike to the stomach, diaphragm, then contour, and you can push it. Right? Now, you can stick. Okay, this time we will talk about the second self-defense. This time, your right hand. Okay. Step. Goes like this. Okay? After that, don't forget to drop. Look at this. Kapag hindi nabilitawan niya, pwede siyang mabalian. Okay? And after that, don't forget to strike. One, the face, or to the neck. Okay? Then after that, elbow strike. Okay? Okay? Okay. This time we will talk about the third self-defense that you watch. This you will be like this para makapasok sa mga mo. Okay? Parang open at para mag-open. Okay? Pagkatapos na, diretso sa mata. Kung hindi mo tumama sa mata, diretso ka agad dito. Control your opponent. Okay? Then, knee strike. And push your opponent. And you can stick down. Okay? Tayo. Okay.
So let us first talk about the first situation when your assailant holding your right or left hand, either of the way. Okay. So first, you have to find out the weakest finger. Of course, the weakest finger is the right thumb or the left thumb. So it depends upon the situation. If he uses the left or the right hand. Okay. You're going to move your wrist counterclockwise if he uses the right hand, or if he uses the left hand, clockwise. Okay? So, it goes like this. So, to release or to take off the hand of your opponent or your assailant, all you have to do is to rotate your hand like this, or rather, to twist, move your right hand or left hand clockwise or counterclockwise. So, okay, hold it tightly. Alright? Okay? then push your opponent, then escape. This time we will talk about the second self-defense. Okay? So if your opponent or your assailant holding your hand with their two hands or with his or her two hands, all you have to do is to pull your hand using your right or either left. Okay, so it depends upon the situation. Okay, so as I said a while ago, find the weakest fingers. Of course, the weakest finger is the thumb. Okay, all right. So it goes like this. Okay, once more. Hold it tightly. Okay, this time 1 and 2. Then push your opponent, then run. Okay, all you have to do is to escape. Release your hand, then escape. Once more. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now this time we will talk about the third self-defense. Now how to release the hand. First, all you have to do is to use your hand, your right or left hand, to trap the hand. Then make a V shape. The second step, make a V shape. Then push it up. Don't forget to use your thumb to push the right or either the left hand. Don't forget to support with the second finger, the thumb. Then push it downward. Right? Then if you like to kick your opponent, then go. Okay? Right? Then escape. 1, then escape. Alright.
Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ay kailangan sa mga batang manonood.
Napakahalaga ng martial arts sa bata sapagkat dito natututunan yung tinatawag nating disiplina. Yung mga bagay ba na hindi natin natututunan sa paaralan, dito na ituturo sa tinatawag nating doja or dojo sa karate at sa taekwondo. Meron din naman tayo tinatawag na outlet. Ito rin po yung outlet ng mga bata, lalo-lalo na sa paaralan sapagkat nagkakaroon sila ng pressure
bukod doon sa kanilang thesis, research, etc. Ito yung nagiging outlet ng bata para lahat ng frustration nila sa buhay, dito nila na ibubuhos lahat. Lalo-lalo na nailalayo nila ang kanilang sarili sa anumang mga bisyo, lalo-lalo na sa anumang droga.
Sorry, Chong. Alright, guys. First, we will discuss the fundamentals of sparring. This time, i-discuss muna natin yung mga punches. So, and of course, the guard. Okay, fighting form. Alright. In fighting form, as we said, fighting form, okay, kailangan naka-guard yung kamay mo. So what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of your left hand and your right hand? If you're right-handed, you should guard your face and your chin using your right hand. Okay, like this. Okay. Then don't forget to protect yourself against your assailant using your left hand or your right hand. Either way. Okay. If you're left-handed or if you're right-handed. So what is the purpose of this? To par. If someone attacks you, use this. Okay? Now, here how it goes. So, first, let us discuss the jab punch. Okay? Na? Dun. Set. Okay. Now, step by step. Here we go. So, you will punch, you will use your forefists against your assailant. Okay? Using your forefists. Okay? And don't forget, while you executing jab punch, don't forget the ball of the foot. 90% of your weight should be here. Okay? And don't forget to retreat after your attack. Okay? Now, this time, how about straight punch? Okay? Straight punch goes like this. Okay? Use your forefinger. Don't forget to use your left hand. If you're right-handed, use your right hand to attack. If you're then your left hand should be retract. Okay? And protect your face. against your assailant, against the attack. Okay? Use your left hand like this. Okay? Now, follow through. Don't forget. Okay? Use the ball of your foot. Okay. Now, goes like this. Here we go. Straight punch. Straight punch. Straight punch. Okay, don't forget to protect your chin. Or else, if you will not use your left hand to protect your chin, okay, so the assailant can attack your open area. Okay, on guard. Now, let us proceed with the combination. The jab punch and the straight punch. Hana. Good. Set. Net. Dasot. Use it. Hilgop. Hidol. Out. Yun. Okay. Charyo. Kyunghe. So this time, ang matututunan naman ninyo ay ang tinatawag nating roundhouse kick sa ITF. But this is very popular sa tinatawag nating 45 kick. And it goes like this. Okay, charyo. Kyunghe. Okay, fighting form. This time. So pag-execute ng 45 kick, all you have to do is to raise your right knee or left knee, level to your hips, and after that, be sure na yung inyong foot, it should be pointed downward. Okay? Kasi ang tatama dyan, yung tinatawag nating instep. Okay? After that, second step is to twist your hips. Okay? Then after that, follow through. Okay? So as you can see, it should be straightened. Ang tatama, instep. Okay, so what is the purpose of 45 kick? Okay? Fighting form. 1. Okay, so here at the ribs. Okay, so dyan tatama. Okay, now again. Now this time with the use of kick pad. First step is slow-mo. Okay, slow movement. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Then fighting form. Okay, so bakit kailangan mag-fighting form ka agad? Para mag-prepare ka for second movement or for second attack or for second defense. Okay, now this time with fast movement. Ready? With bounce. Hana. Bounce. Good. Set. Hit. That's it. Yes, it. Hit up. Hidol. Out. Yun. Okay, take note. Don't forget the foot. Okay? Again. As you can see, nag-twist siya. Okay? So, kapag hindi nyo na-twist yan, delikado yung tuhod ninyo. Okay? Magkakaroon siya ng injury. So, kailangan from here, again, okay, from front, then twist to the left side or right side. Depende yan kung anong gagamitin yung roundhouse kick. Okay? Either left or right. Kailangan magtitwist siya. Okay? Charyo. Kyunghe. This time we will talk about the skipping roundhouse kick. We call it as skipping roundhouse kick in ITF, but this is very popular in what we call as a skipping 45 kick. Okay. Now, so how to execute or how to perform the skipping roundhouse kick? It goes like this. Bounce. Stop. Set. All right. Now, it goes like this. So what is the purpose of skipping 45 kick? Okay, the purpose of skipping 45 feet is to target the open area. Okay, the ribs area. Okay, so riding form. Okay, riding form. So this area. Okay, so that is the purpose of skipping roundhouse kick. Now, fighting form. On guard. All right. So first step, as we said, skipping, you will step forward. Okay. So the purpose of this is to attack your opponent in the long range area. Okay. Fighting form. On guard. One count, one movement. 1, 2. Okay. Last 1, 1, 2. That's good. Now this time with fast movement. Okay, bounce, hana, bounce, two, bounce, set, on guard. Don't forget to guard. Bounce, net, bounce, that's it. Bounce, yes sir. Bounce, heel go. All right. So that is skipping roundhouse kick. Chariyo. Kyunge. Chariyo. Kyunge.
1,
준비. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열, 바로, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉, 열, 바로, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. So let us first talk about the first situation when your assailant holding your right or left hand, either of the way. Okay. So first, you have to find out the weakest finger. Of course, the weakest finger is the right thumb or the left thumb. So it depends upon the situation. If he uses the left or the right hand. Okay. You're going to move your wrist counterclockwise if he uses the right hand, or if he uses the left hand, clockwise. Okay? So, it goes like this. So, to release or to take off the hand of your opponent or your assailant, all you have to do is to rotate your hand like this, or rather to twist, move your right hand or left hand clockwise or counterclockwise. So, okay, hold it tightly. Alright? Okay? Then, push your opponent, then escape. This time, we will talk about the second self-defense. Okay? So, if your opponent or your assailant holding your hand with their two hands or with his or her two hands, all you have to do is to pull your hand using your right or either left. Okay, so it depends upon the situation. Okay, so as I said a while ago, find the weakest fingers. Of course, the weakest finger is the thumb. Okay, all right. So it goes like this. Okay, once more. Hold it tightly. Okay, this time 1 and 2. Then push your opponent, then run. Okay, all you have to do is to escape. Release your hand, then escape. Once more. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now this time we will talk about the third self-defense. Now, how to release the hand? First, all you have to do is to use your hand, your right or left hand, to trap the hand. Then make a V shape. The second step, make a V shape. Then push it up. Don't forget to use your thumb to push the right or either the left hand. Don't forget to support with the second finger, the thumb. Then push it downward. Right? Then if you like to kick your opponent, then go. Okay? Right? Then escape. 1, then escape.
At dito po nagtatapos, mga gilo nating taga-subaybay, ang ating programa, ang Martial Arts World.